Welcome to Defense News Plus.
Hindustan Aeronautics Limited Chairman R. Madhavan stated on Thursday, HAL will next week announce a multi-million-dollar engine deal with General Electric Aviation for 99 F404 engine worth of around $700 million to power the indigenous fighter aircraft. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has set a March 2022 deadline to carry out the first flight of the LCA Tejas Mk-1A and will get the certification from the Center for Military Airworthiness and Certification by mid-2023 before kicking off production. The first Mk-1A aircraft will be delivered to the Indian Air Force by March 2024, followed by the rest of the 83 Tejas aircraft delivery to be completed by 2029. The delivery schedule requires Hindustan Aeronautics Limited to supply the Indian Air Force with the first 2 LCA Tejas in 2024, 8 Tejas jets in 2025 and the remaining jets by 2029 at the rate of 14 to 16 fighters every year. He also said the preliminary design review is over and so is the critical design review for several systems including mission computer, digital map generator and digital flight control systems. He also said, "We are integrating the active electronically scanned array radar and the electronic warfare suite on the final operation clearance Tejas variant. After it is proven there, we will integrate it on the final Mk-1A variant." The Mk-1A variant will come with digital radar warning receivers, external self-protection jammer pods, AESA radar, advanced beyond visual range missiles, and significantly improved maintainability. The 40 LCA Tejas already ordered by IAF are in the initial operational clearance and the more advanced FOC configurations with an upgradation to be the most advanced LCA Tejas variant. Next update, the American Navy stated on Monday the US's newest and most advanced nuclear aircraft carrier's third and final full ship shock trial was completed on Sunday off the coast of Florida. The shock trial testing, where the Navy detonates 40,000 pounds of explosives in the water near the hull, equivalent to 3.9 magnitude earthquake, to test the ship and its system, was successful with no major injuries, no fires and no flooding. It is a setback for China, keenly watching the test as the PLA has been flaunting its DF-21D and DF-26 missiles branded as carrier killers, which could hit the moving aircraft carriers from a distance of 5,000 kilometers. The aircraft carrier will be able to withstand formidable shocks and continue to operate under extreme conditions. It was to send a message to China and Russia that US aircraft carriers have super resilience against Chinese or Russian anti-ship weapons. Shock trials are designed to check a ship's shock durability and ability to sustain operations in a simulated combat environment. Next update, General Director and Chief Designer of the Research Enterprise of Hypersonic System, Alexander Kuranov, was detained by the Federal Security Service for passing classified data to a Western intelligence source in regard to the development of new aviation technology. He is believed to be a key figure in Russia's latest hypersonic weaponry push, and it is believed that any leak would not be taken lightly. His arrest comes as Russia continues to increase its hypersonic missile program. Next update, after over a year of negotiation, India and Russia have agreed to the terms for the manufacture of the AK-203 assault rifle by Indo-Russian Private Limited at Raebareli in Uttar Pradesh under transfer of technology. This was declared over a year ago, but the negotiations were prolonged. The manufacture of the AK-203 in India is a win for indigenous production. Over 6 lakh Kalashnikov assault rifles will be built in India, and the differences between Russia and India have been sorted out. The total cost of the project will be around 5,125 crore rupees. The AK-203, a successor of the famous AK-47 designed by Mikhail Kalashnikov, is an easy-to-use, reliable and importantly an inexpensive weapon for soldiers. The AK-203 will be a basic weapon for the troops and the Central Police Forces as well. Next update, India on Thursday joined a regional conclave hosted by Qatar to discuss ways to contain the escalating situation in Afghanistan in the backdrop of the Taliban's continued offensive across the country. Speaking at the first in-person press briefing since last month, Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Arindam Bagchi stated that the helicopter captured by the Taliban does not belong to the Indian Air Force. He was asked to comment on several media reports which claimed that the Taliban had captured helicopters gifted by India. He completely denied the claims, saying it is now an internal matter for Afghanistan since it is not an Indian Air Force helicopter. It is now an Afghan helicopter. He also said that India continues to hope that there will be an immediate and comprehensive ceasefire between the Afghanistan government and the Taliban. India is supporting all peace initiatives of Afghanistan and the primary concern is peace and stability in that country.
That's it for today. If you like our work, then please hit the like button, share this video and do subscribe this channel to get the notification of the next video. Thank you.